This is Little Venice and the starting point or one end of the Regent's Canal. This is its junction with the Paddington branch of the Grand Union Canal, and the Regent's Canal goes off to our left there. Straight ahead is a short distance down to the end of the Paddington branch canal in Paddington Basin. Another view of Little Venice. No one's quite sure why it's called that, because it bears no resemblance to Venice in Italy, and certainly no sign of any gondoliers. For a short distance now you have to walk along the road beside the canal, as the lived-in barges have commandeered the towpath and turned the towpath into their back garden and fenced it off. So you're up on this road here. We'll be back on the canal very shortly. We're looking back down on the section that we had to get off the path because of all the private moorings which have taken over the canal path. You can see the boats as you walk along the road, and it all has a feeling of a bit of a shanty town, although I'm sure some of the boats are beautifully furnished. But it all felt a bit sort of, it could do better. Now if we go where we're going, it goes into a tunnel. So we go up over the top and we'll rejoin the path on the other side. We found our way through a number of down market roads to get back on the canal. We passed another tunnel and sections of the path which were closed off, quote, for repairs, but no sign of anyone doing anything, just neglecting them. So now we're getting back towards the canal, and the path seems to be high up on the right hand side. We're a mile from the start at Little Venice, but almost all of that walk has been along pretty awful back streets in London. I think we've walked along the canal path beside the canal for only about 100 metres in the last mile. It's a section of the Regent's Canal that can best be forgotten about. They've now brought us down onto the canal path again on the left hand side, and hopefully the walk will improve from this point onward. One of the grand houses that are on the edge of Regent's Park and facing over the canal. If you look alongside the canal here, under the path, there are all these concrete slabs. These hide some high voltage cables that would have been carried normally on pylons, but they've buried them under the canal path here and water cooled them. Now the only problem with that is I had a camera when I walked along here last time that kept on locking up because of the radiation from these underground cables, and you had to restart the software every few minutes. One has no idea whether the radiation is affecting the human body. I know people don't like living underneath high tension pylons, and so I don't suppose it's any better if they're under your feet. If it can affect electronic equipment, it's probably going to affect you. But that's what they've done along this path here, and it extends for quite a long way. Become quite popular recently has become magnet fishing, where they throw a very strong magnet into the canal and see what they can come out with. Mostly it's junk like this. Just being overtaken by another barge, a water taxi, London water bus. Just 1.7 miles from the start, and on our right is the start of Regent Zoo with the very secure fences and a number of people up there. And that's the way we've just walked down. All part of the zoo. As you reach the floating Chinese restaurant, the canal takes a sharp left. We're just on the 2-mile mark now from our start. On our left here is Camden Market, busy as you can see, a lot of food being sold. Looking back at Camden Lock and Camden Market. Camden High Street, full of quirky little shops and the usual souvenir tat. We're just below Camden Lock now, and there's a short bridge come tunnel here. We're on the 3-mile mark from the start. There's some amazing architecture here where they've built these flats inside the iron framework of several gasometers while building the homes inside the frame. The address of this place is Gasholder Park. I'm not sure about the name, but I do like what they've done with the architecture. And all that is at St Pancras Basin. We are now just behind St Pancras and King's Cross Station. You can see the multiple railway tracks up there. And down here is St Pancras Lock. Looking over there is a rather splendid, ornate water tower, possibly a pumping engine. Some extensive building work being carried out here. Skyline full of cranes. This is the Islington Tunnel, and the path now diverts up over the top. This is the other side of the Islington Tunnel, and it's quite a difficult route over the top to bypass this tunnel. It's a sort of left, right, left, right, left, right turnings, and no clearly marked route, no signposts. Not easy to find your way from one end to the other. But we're here, and this is where we're heading now, continuing down the Regent's Canal.
You know, you're like at the top high end.
We're 5¼ miles now from the start of the canal, just past the Islington Tunnel. Then we've come to some locks, and there's even a boat in the lock.
Definitely up for a fair. Yeah.
7 miles in, another lock here, another boat in the lock, and behind us a boat queuing up to enter the lock. Double moored all the way down this bit of the canal. Just over 7½ miles now, and it has its odd rural moments. Most of it's built up all the way along, but there's some quiet places. On our left is a large open area. This is Victoria Park. We're looking back the way we just walked down, 7¾ miles. And on our left here is the junction with the Hertford Union Canal. It's the way we're heading.